back. We're going to continue with the exercise we started on the uses of other, the other, others, and the others. So sentence number 7. Some animals are huge. Animals are tiny. Here we use the word what? Other animals. We cannot use others. Why? Because animal is the noun, and this other is used as an adjective. If it's an adjective, we cannot use S with it. Remember, adjectives do not take S. Okay? So you have to use the singular form. Some animals are huge. Other animals are tiny. If you don't have the word animals, you have to say what? Others are. But here the noun is plural, the other stays singular because it functions as an adjective. Sentence number 8. Some boats are used for pleasure. Blank, boats are used for commercial fishing. This is exactly like this sentence because we have what? Other in front of a noun. Here we have to use what? Something before boats. And that's what? Other boats are used for pleasure. So here, other functions as what? Adjective. So keep this in mind. If the verb is plural, you have to use what? Others, if there is no noun. If there is a noun, that noun has to be plural. Others stays singular because it functions as an adjective. Sentence number 9. Of 25 students in the class, 15 passed the exam, failed. Which do you use over here? Do you use the other, the others, other, or others, or another? Remember, we're talking about 25 students. It's not singular. It's plural. So 15 passed. So how many are left there out of 25? 15 passed, so 10 more left. So that should be what? Plural form. We say what? The others failed. Means the 10 other left in the class. The others. Again, see? This functions as a subject. And there is no noun over here. So that's why you have to say what? Because we refer to 10 students, you have to put S over here. The others means the other 10 students failed. Sentence number 10. An automobile consists of many parts. The motor is one, and the steering wheel is what? The correct answer is another. We talk about one part, the steering wheel. And then other parts are the brakes, the trunk, and the fuel tank. Here, because of parts, plural, we use what? Other. Here, other functions as an adjective. Now let me read these sentences with correct completion, then you'll move to the next exercise. Sentence number 7. Some animals are huge. Other animals are tiny. We use other because of animals here, and this other functions as an adjective. Sentence number 8. Some boats are used for pleasure. Other boats are used for commercial fishing. Again, other functions as an adjective because boats is plural. Of 25 students in the class, 15 passed the exam. The others failed. Here we use others, the others, as a pronoun. There is no noun. We use the plural because it refers to the 10 students who did not pass. Sentence number 10. An automobile consists of many parts. The motor is one, and the steering wheel is another. Other parts are the brakes, the trunk, and the fuel tank. So here is another and other. Now, let's go to the next part. Here, correct the errors in the following sentences. So there are some sentences, there are some errors in them, mistakes. Another word for mistake is what? Error. Okay? Correct the errors means what? Correct the mistakes in these sentences. So each sentence has a little bit of a problem. So what I want you to do is first is this, to figure out what the problem is and then fix it. Okay? So sentence number 1. Look at those beautiful mountains. As I told you, there is something wrong with the sentence. I want you to tell me what is wrong first, and then how do you fix it. What is wrong? Well, I will tell you. I will let you guess first. The problem is where? The problem is with this S. Look at those beautiful mountains. We cannot say beautiful mountains because beautiful is what? An adjective. Adjectives do not take S. They do not have plural form. Adjectives in English are always in singular form. So you say what? The correct answer will be what? Look at those beautiful mountains. Look at these beautiful mountains. So you delete the S and then the sentence is correct. Look at those beautiful mountains. Mountains can take S because it is what? It's a noun. Noun can have singular or plural form, while adjectives only have what? Singular form in English. They played on Saturday at the park a game. What is or what are the problems in this sentence? So I want you to look at the sentence again. They played on Saturday at the park a game. Which part is wrong first? I want you to think about it first. First, the problem is in this last part. So the first part is correct, they played. But you need to say after play, you need to say, what did they play? You play what? A game. And then where? And then when. In English, you have subject, verb, object. And then the adverb of place, and then the adverb of time. So you have to mention where something happened, and then you have to say when something happened. The problem in this sentence is what? That we put time. On Saturday is what? When. Adverb of time. At the park is what? Adverb of place. It cannot be correct. That's why it's wrong. So you need to switch the position of these two adverbs. So the correct answer will be like this. They played a game at the park on Saturday. Keep this in mind. When you speak or when you write, if you have to mention time and place, remember, place comes before time. Time goes at the end of the sentence. Keep this in mind. Subject, verb, object, adverb of place, and then adverb of time. You can't switch it. And if you do, the sentence is not grammatically correct. Sentence number 3. There are 2 horses and several sheep in the field. So as I told you, there is something wrong in this sentence. And I want you to tell me what is wrong with this sentence. So underline those parts that are wrong or circle it. I will do it for you. The problems are on this part of the sentence. 2 horses and several sheep in the field. Remember, in English, you say 1 book, 2 books. 1 horse, 2 horses. So here, see, there are 2 horses. That's not correct. You have to say what? 2 horses. So in English, every time you say singular, 1 horse, you say 2, you have to make the noun plural. But there are exceptions to the rule. While horse has a plural form, like book has 1 book, 2 books. 1 horse, 2 horses. Sheep, as I mentioned like 3 or 4 weeks ago, doesn't have plural form. You cannot put S here. So 1 sheep, 2 sheep. You cannot make it sheeps. That's not correct English. It's an exception to the rule. So the correct answer is this. There are 2 horses and several sheep in the field. So the S that I used with sheep should go with what? With horses, because horse does have plural form and sheep doesn't. So let me read this correct answer here. There are 2 horses and several sheep in the field. We use S because 2 horses with several. If you have another word, like if you say several goats, you have to put S. But sheep, like fish, doesn't have plural form. It's irregular, and that's why you can't use it. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. Look at those beautiful mountains. Remember, you cannot use S with adjectives. Beautiful is an adjective. You cannot use S. And if you do, it's not correct. Sentence number 2. They played a game at the park on Saturday. The problem was what? You have to say play what? After the verb, you have to bring the object. Object doesn't go at the end of the sentence in English. Subject, verb, object. And then what? Plays, and then time. So you have to follow that. They played a game, the object, at the park, the place, on Saturday, the time. There are 2 horses and several sheep in the mountain. Here is the rule of what? Plural and singular. So 2 horses, but several sheep. Sheep doesn't have plural form. 3 more sentences. The owner of the store is busy in the moment. The owner of the store is busy in the moment. What's wrong with this sentence? This is based on what we studied about 2 weeks ago. The owner of the store is busy in the moment. The problem in the sentence is what? With the preposition in. We cannot say in the moment. We have to say what? At the moment. Okay? Because moment at this particular specific time. You say at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, at this moment. You use at for something that is very, very specific. So here we say what? The owner of the store is busy at this moment, now. So that's why it's specific, you use at. Sentence number 5. The teacher met her students on 5 p.m. on the library. What are the problems here? There's not one problem, but several problems. What are the problems?